So pretty soon we're going to have some word problems or applications that give us equations like this with a bunch of fractions. So what I like to do is get rid of the fractions as soon as possible. So if you look at all of the denominators, well, with a 3x and a 2, the common denominator is 6x. 6x already will have an x in it, will already have a 3 in it. So actually the least common denominator, when you look at all those denominators, is 6x. So I'm going to multiply them all by 6x. For that, I need a little more space. So I'm going to write it a little bit bigger and a little more spaced out. Okay. Now that I have the original problem, now multiply each and every term by 6x. And you only have to multiply on the top. Since we're multiplying the left and the right side by the same thing, you only have to multiply on the top. And then reduce. And for that, I think I'll use orange today. So for one, an x will cancel an x, and a 3 will divide into a 6 2 times. So that means we're going to have just a 4 left over. Plus, a 2 will divide into a 6 3 times, so that's going to leave 3 times x. Moving to the right side, the x will cancel the x, and 4 times 6 is 24. I know that from Miss Alves' class in 3rd grade. I still remember it. Next up, 3 divides into 6 2 times. And so that leaves 4 times 2, so that leaves 8x. Oh, one other thing that I should have mentioned is because there's an x in the bottom, the only thing that x cannot equal is 0. So if I do get 0 as my answer, I'll have to throw it away and say there's no solution. I don't think that's going to happen here, but just in case. The next thing is collect all the x's on one side. So what I prefer to do is keep the x's positive, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And then that means I need to move the 24 to the other side, so subtract 24. So these are going to cancel, these are going to cancel. On the right side, there's 5x. On the left side, a negative 24 and a positive 4 makes negative 20. And the last thing to do is divide both sides by 5. And then it's going to say that x equals 20 divided by 5 is a 4. And then don't forget the negative. So it seems like x equals negative 4 is the answer. And then I want to check and see if that's right. So I'm going to graph it real quick and see if I got the answer right. So just open up the calculator and go to y equals, and one side of the equation said 2 divided by, and for that I need to put parentheses, divided by 3x, and plus 1 divided by 2. The other side said 4 divided by x plus 4/3. And then take a look at the graph. So it looks like, if I can get it to show up well, okay, there it is. It looks like right there they're intersecting. And since I have the touch screen, I can just go like this until it says, if it will stay there, x equals negative 4 is where they intersect. If you don't have the touch screen, you can just go to calculate and then trace and then put x equals negative 4, and you'll see that that's where they intersect. All right, so that means that this one is correct.